the Learning Innovation and Talent Transformation Channel at Zoho Corporation, and spearheads initiatives in nurturing partnerships and strategic alliances. Amidst the Zoho Finance suite of products, he oversees the educational institution wing, leveraging his expertise to forge alliances across India, Dubai, Bahrain, Oman, Qatar, Saudi Arabia, the US, Europe, and Africa. We are privileged to have you, sir.
A handsome evening, ladies and gentlemen. May I all request you, all of you, to stand for a while. Please stand up for a while. Please look towards your right. Take a deep breath. Please look towards your left. Take a deep breath. Please shake hands with your neighbors, both left and right. At least you get to know who is sitting near you, instead of peeping into the phone. No? Touch your heart and tell me, how many of you here are praying that my session has to get over as soon as possible and the validation has to start, including me? Okay. I respect your decision and it depends on your response to me. Okay? Deal? Yes. Fantastic. Please be seated. See, first of all, I would like to thank the whole team of Ernakulam branch for organizing such a path-breaking event and also inviting me as a part of it. And personally, I take it as a privilege to address the best brains in the country, the future chartered accountants of India. Before we start with the presentation, imagine our ancestors from few centuries back suddenly appeared in our world today. What would they think? What would they think? They might think they have accidentally landed on a strange platform filled with these magical tablets, we call it mobile phone, which we tap on every time to order food, call the taxi, sometimes call even our potential life partners. And we call this era a digital era. So in this digital era, the problem is most of us think that having a digital mindset is an advantage. But the fact is, having a digital mindset is not just an advantage, it is a necessity. With that, this is myself, Ramesh, and I'm going to be the presenter on the topic, Digital Transformation in India and Future of Accounting. Just think of one friend in your accounting fraternity, maybe the friend of yours or maybe a friend with whom you collaborate for your group studies. I'll just give you 5 seconds. People who are done can show me a thumbs up. Or the friend with whom you have got a connect today, a new friend of yours. But it has to be from a CA fraternity. Done? Can I get a thumbs up? Right. Remember this name, okay? Just have a look into this particular slide and just think what is running inside your mind. Nothing but the terminologies that an accountant or a chartered accountant would come across on their daily lives. Managing the bookkeeping for the client, maintaining the financial track, filing the GST, burning the midnight lamp. Such a challenging profession ever in the history. Have you ever asked to any CA or to yourself standing in front of the mirror, how do you feel about your day-to-day work? Have you ever? If you ask, the honest answers would be any of these or a combination of these. At least one of these. And these are again the reasons why the traditional way of bookkeeping is being phased out. Now let's come to the point. What is technology? See, throughout the day, we keep hearing words like automation, artificial intelligence, Bitcoin, crypto. But if you see 15 years back, around 2010, we kept hearing these words, but we didn't know what it was. But around 2015, somebody again was talking about it. Still, these words remain strangers for us. Likewise, what I'm going to talk might seem like a jargon for you today, but tomorrow they are a reality. In fact, even today they are a reality. How? Let's take two accountants. Accountant A, accountant B. Accountant A, what he does is, he spends 3 hours of his time doing the manual data entry. Then he finishes off the reconciliation and the reporting aspects. Whereas, accountant B, what he does is, he just scans all the documents. So everything is already available in the system. Finishes off the reconciliation within minutes, and rest of the time he spends with his client as to how to improve his business process, or how to improve his revenue, or the top line, or the bottom line, whatever it is. That folk, we call him automation. In other words, smart work. This is what we urge you to do today. See, the technology is going to become better day by day, and the client's demands are going to increase day by day. If you are not going to embrace technology that will enhance your client's business process, what will happen is, the friend whom you thought of a few minutes back will be a competitor to you. He will not be a friend, he will be a competitor to you in the coming years. Now let's play a small game. It's an activity. So I know how hard it is to have the last session. So it is very much difficult to even sit. Think of me being standing here and talking. Okay, so I want to complete it as early as possible. So let's have a small activity. What I'm going to do is, we are all going for a small flashback. Okay, and I'll be showing you every slide, and I'll be raising you 2 questions. You will have to just tell yes or no. Are you ready? Fantastic. So first product, dial-a-phones. Have you ever seen or used this particular product? Yes or no? Are you still using this? CDs. Are you still using this? Audio cassettes. The pain is, once it gets pulled out, no? I have never succeeded in pulling this in. I don't know what the problem is, but still. Have you ever seen this or used this? Are you still using this? Walkman. Yes. Are you still using this? Definitely not. Photographic films. Video cassettes. Are you still using this today? These video cassettes will transform our homes into home theaters. Not only people from our home, even the neighbors used to have it. But today, you don't even find that, I guess. Yes? See, what you have told me is, whatever you have been using before, you don't use it nowadays. The same applies to the practices as well. See, think of those times when you actually called your travel agent to book your flight tickets. First of all, going in a flight is a very big task. Previously, booking a flight ticket is even more difficult. So today, click of a button, you are able to book your flight tickets. And the habit of recharging your mobile phones with the help of scratch cards. Few intelligent people like you use the coins. Few dumb idiots like me use the nails. And I suffered taking that dirt out of my nail. So, are you doing the same thing today? Just think. And the habit of hiring the taxi, going to the taxi stand. Click of a button, the taxi arrives at our doorsteps. So, what we mean to say is, so be it the products that you are using or the activities that we are doing, we have drastically changed. What we considered as the best practices yesterday is not the best practice today. What we consider as the best practice today is not the best practice tomorrow. We are into an era of developments. So I vaguely remember this proverb, slow and steady wins the race. Today it's only the fast and the furious that wins the race, right? So we are into an era of developments. So whatever you consider as the best technologies of those times, best technologies, you won't even consider that as a product today because of the technological advancement. They have become obsolete due to the technological advancement. Agreed? Forget about accounts or our own practice and other things. Let's see the innovations that are happening across industries. different industries. Postmates, nothing but a logistic and delivery platform. They plan to deliver all the meals that you order with the help of artificial intelligence. Today, the Swiggy and Zomato boys are coming, right? Tomorrow it will be robots knocking your doors. Walmart is planning to use AI to prevent checkout theft in their premise. So you will know that all our future e-commerce shopping are going to get delivered in the form of drones, like Santa Claus throwing the gifts. Farmers have gone a step higher. The agricultural drones. I'm sorry for a few images are not being popped up because of some internet issues, but still. Farmers have gone a step higher. They wanted to use drones with the help of cameras to improve the treatment of their crops. So this is the Postmates which I showed. AI to prevent checkout theft and agricultural drones. GPS vehicle tracker, we use it in our daily lives. Puma is releasing a digital shoe. You swipe up, it tightens. You swipe down, it loosens. Thank God Alan Solly or LP didn't come up with that for the shirts or something like that. All our customer service representatives are going to be replaced by robots. So you will have virtual agents talking to you. Even today, it's the bot which is going to chat with you. For a girl, it is going to be a boy. For a boy, it is going to be a virtual girl. So don't get fooled up. Google and Tesla are competing against themselves to come up with driverless cars. See, when we talk about cars, thinking of themselves and driving on the roads, I don't know how far it is feasible in India, but still, did you ever think, where will it leave our business finance to be? So with that, let me put forth a question to the audience to know, how many of you really think that a traditional way of accounting is dying? Raise your hands. Just for my understanding to know how many people are aware of that. Oh, very good. Thank you. Thank you. It is not completely dead as of now, but eventually, bit by bit, it will get phased out. Because, see, if you see accounting in the past, few years back, we created every transaction in the form of papers, stored them in the binders. End of the month, we did reconciliation, and preparation of financial statement will not take days, but weeks together. So this was the earlier cases. But today I agree, because accounting in the recent times, how it has been, you have a computer at place where you have software installed into it, and with all the magical formulas in the spreadsheet, you do all magics with the spreadsheet formula. This is what you have been doing it. So what I'm going to show you right now is, even today what we are doing, it is drastically going to change, and these are the 6 factors that will drastically change the way we are going to do our accounting. Basically, the first one is accounting, cloud accounting, contextual integration, connected banking, OCR, artificial and machine learning technology, voice interface and automation. I'll just give you some brief about all these 6 pointers, and there ends my presentation. First one about cloud technology. I know any Tom, Dick, Harry talks about cloud technology, so I don't want to bore you with this particular topic, but let's take the key takeaways alone. Cloud technology enables you anytime, anywhere, any device access. This is what younger generations calls it freedom, because you are not bound to your office. In fact, you need not have an office to work. Right from sitting here, hearing me talking, you can do your bank reconciliation if at all you are handling a client. You may be doing your articleship, but that's the fact. You take your mobile, just like that, you do a bank reconciliation for a client. So anytime, anywhere, any device access. The second thing is about the collaboration aspects. See, most of the foreign companies prefer to have their back-end accounting team in India. There could be multiple reasons for this. Availability of services in India, the quality of the service that Indian accountants or chartered accountants give, most importantly, cost-effective compared to the domestic prices, and the quality of service that the clients derive out of it. So most of the foreign companies prefer to have their back-end accounting team in India. So once you have cleared your CA, once you start your practice, it is not just going to be the clients that you are going to handle domestically, you will have to handle cross-border clients. And that would become impossible without the cloud technology. I hope you would agree to it. So these are the 2 points that I would like to highlight with regards to cloud technology. So with that, let me go to the next point, is it contextual integration. What do we mean by contextual integration? See, contextual integration basically means, typically, if you see any organization, exclusively finance, any business will have their own respective departments. You have finance, inventory, HR, sales, etc., etc. Usually you take a decision based on your own department. Finance takes a decision based on the finance data alone. So the finance data is siloed inside the finance system. What we mean by contextual integration is, how is the data of other department going to help finance, and how is the data of finance going to help other department? So let me show you some examples. Basically, you will be using applications for different functions of your business. So these applications have to talk to each other. You just connect them and the data has to be shared. For instance, let's say the finance team and the sales team, how they can collaborate within themselves to take a decision. Just two examples and I'll be done with this. The sales team will live in their CRM because CRM is their bread and butter. Whereas our finance team will be in our finance systems. Let's say the sales team has converted a lot of sales. So the sales will increase. Whereas if you see in the finance team, their total outstandings is really huge that it is not getting realized. So is it okay for a sales team to convert more deals with that particular customer? No. He has to restrain from that. So if these two systems are connected, you will know the sale value and also the outstanding value. So if the sales team gets to access the finance data, they will restrain from closing that particular sale. And vice versa, if there is a very good customer who doesn't have an outstanding and pays on time, generally what you do is, if the salesperson gets to know that this person has cleared all the outstandings, whereas now he doesn't have the amount to convert the sale, you can give him a credit. So likewise, your finance decision or a sales decision will be dependent on multiple other departments. Second is about, let's say, you have a project team working and you have the finance team. The project team will know what is happening within the project. They won't know the profitability of the project. But if they get the finance data and get to know the profitability of this particular project, it is easier for them to take wise decisions or to extend the project or to finish the project. So you will get to know whether it is effective to work on this project or prolong this project or exit this. Same thing like how the support team and the finance team is going to work together. Whenever somebody has some or the other concerns, they reach the support team. Let's say you have a client. He's one of the prominent clients, the most revenue generating client. He has reached some of your representatives for some kind of a help. So they have reached the support. So if the support team gets to access the revenue that the customer has brought into the company, they can prioritize this support. We call it as the priority support. So every department has to get the data of other department to make wiser decisions and faster decisions. So this is about contextual integration. And this is how, if all your applications that you use in a business are well connected and you take better decisions and you also end up doing, minimizing your data entry work. So everybody gets to access the business because it's one business, and if all the systems are connected, you get all the data at one particular place. So that is what is called contextual integration. The third part is a beautiful thing called connected banking. Before talking about connected banking, if you remember, there were two devices meant for two distinct purposes earlier. The mobile phone, which was meant for communication, and the camera, which was meant for photography. Had I come to you 20 years back and told you that, boss, I'm going to integrate these two together, you would have asked your volunteers to catch hold of me and you would have admitted me in some mental hospital. But today, it's a huge success. You decide a mobile phone based on the camera pixel it has. So there were two devices, as I told. You bridge these two together. So now we call it as the mobile phone with camera. So just extrapolate the same example over here. You had two systems. You had accounting system, you had banking system. These two systems are complementary to each other. However, they never coexisted in the same platform. How? You raised invoices in your accounting system and you went to the bank or the bank website in order to collect the payment for that. Again, you shuttle back to the accounting system to record the same payment. There has never been a system so far to tell that, boss, this payment belongs to this particular invoice. The same applies to bills as well. You created bills in your accounting system, you received the payment or made the payment going to the bank or the bank website. Again, you shuttle back to the accounting system to record the same payment. It's one single transaction, but you have been shuttling between the systems. So this is why you ended up doing a lot of data entry, which resulted in duplication of all your efforts, and all of these were susceptible to errors. So connected banking is the technology that will bridge the gap between the accounting system and the banking system. So as a result of which you will find both operations being done in your accounting system itself, including your banking operations. For example, you pay your vendors directly. Just see a bill, outstanding bill, click of a button, the payment goes to the vendor, it gets automatically recorded, and the journals for that gets posted, the GST components are fetched, and reports are getting affected on a real-time basis. You offer multiple payment options, you automate your reimbursement. So most of your banking, you can even avail for a loan or request for a loan from within your accounting system. So this is how it will facilitate, this technology will facilitate if your accounting system and the banking system are well connected. Fourth is about OCR, artificial intelligence and machine learning. Let me quickly take up an example of expense reimbursement that will happen. Generally, how the expense reimbursement would happen. How it happens is, whenever you incur some or the other expense for your organization, you used to take the bill copy of that, hard copy, the bill copy, you used to save it, and once you are done, you used to just punch it along with the letter and you will submit it. So there ends your process. What the appropriate finance team will do is, they will go through, validate each and every expense that you have submitted individually, manually, and after that, once everything is cleared, they will process it for the payment team to process your payment. This is what usually it happens. So let's bring in technology into this. So whenever you incur some or the other expense, you call this OCR, optical character recognition. So you just scan that and automatically a digital component of that is ready for you. So whenever you incur some expense, you just take a photo of that. The OCR will give you a digitized image in your system. So this is OCR. So your OCR technology will facilitate you by creating an expense report. There ends your process. So this is how the OCR will eliminate the need for entering manual entry reports. Next, somebody has to validate it manually, right? That is when machine learning comes into picture. How machine learning will help you is, you define a rule. Boss, if it is like water expense, it could be within this particular limit. If it is going to be like rental expense, it has to be within this particular limit. Fuel expense. So you define the rule. You teach the machine so that it learns. So whenever somebody submits a report, automatically it validates and auto approves it or auto audits it. So this is what machine learning can help you. And AI can generally, what it can do is, it can fetch and match your transactions. Once the reimbursement has been done, this transaction will be available for you in your bank statement, and you would have created a corresponding transaction for that or posted it as an expense in your accounting system. So by fetching your bank statement, the AI will directly give you that, boss, whatever you have received in your bank statement is nothing but the transaction that you have created in your accounting system. So this 4,000 is nothing but the expense for 4,000. So it will directly give you a proper match. So this is how OCR, machine learning and AI can actually transform your business. The fifth one is about voice interface. How many of you here doesn't know about Alexa or Siri? Doesn't know about Alexa or Siri? Please raise your hand. Boss, what question is this? Whenever we find time or some girl doesn't accept the request, we pull only Alexa or Siri to play with. Let me tell you an interesting fact. See, every 2 minutes, one Indian asks Alexa, every 2 minutes, one Indian asks Alexa, Alexa, will you marry me? I don't know what is that they are going to do marrying Alexa, but at least that is the deeper integration that we Indians have with regards to voice interface. Let's have a look into this particular video and we'll talk about this.
Thanks for calling Zia. How may I help you?
Zia, do we have 10 servers in stock?
Hey Brian, yeah, we have 10 servers in stock.
Call Andrew Smith.
Hey there.
Hey Andrew, good news. We've got the servers in stock.
Oh, that's great.
Do you need anything else?
Only the servers. Could you deliver them this Friday?
Sure thing, I'll send you the order confirmation right away.
Thanks.
Hey Zia, schedule a delivery of 10 servers to 2 Menlo Avenue on Friday, March 10th for Andrew Smith.
You already have a delivery of 25 servers to 6 Showers DR, Mountain View, CA scheduled on Friday, March 10th, 2018. Do you still want me to schedule this one?
Yes.
No worries, I've scheduled the delivery for you.
Zia, create an order for this delivery.
You can lodge it as a fixed deposit, including checking which bank has the highest interest rate. So you can just command, great, create a fixed deposit with my bank for the surplus cash of 3 lakhs. And Zia replies, I have created a fixed deposit with an interest rate of 8% at the bank. So you just reply, cool, thanks. This is ideally how your clients are going to handle their business process. So just think how far we are going to get advanced with regards to the technology and be prepared accordingly. The last but not the least is nothing but automation. So automation, as you would know, everything is automated. Your business process could be as simple as this or as complicated as this, and you can't find one particular solution that will adhere to all the needs. So things have started becoming getting automated from the scratch. That is, you have started automating simple transactions, like your rental expense, which is getting posted on a monthly basis. So you automate that particular transaction. So from simple transaction to you do one particular action in your accounting system, automatically in another system it gets updated, or something gets updated in a third party source. So from simple automation to complex automation, you should be in a position to handle it, and that is ideally what the client demands in the coming years. So I would like to conclude just by telling that choosing all the right technology will make all the difference to you. Great things are always simple in life. If they are not simple, they are never meant to be great. Thank you so much, one and all, for your patience. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. That was an informative session. Now I request CA Ashil MA, member SICASA, Ernakulam branch of SICASA of ICI, to felicitate our esteemed speaker with a moment.
Thank you everybody for your participation. Now we'll announce the winner of the last technical session and we'll move forward to the valedictory function followed by the culturals. Everybody please remain seated. Our winner for technical session 4, Indian economy. Please put your hands together for Mr. Gautam Arangal. Congratulations Gautam. Thank you sir.